rookie quarterback currently sits third on the depth chart in Cleveland, but that has not dented his confidence at all. He says he'll be ready when the time comes. Take a listen.
I don't think playing or not playing, is in my hands. I think based on the situation, it's if things happen, things turn out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready to play right now. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
Do you think he's capable of playing better than some of the starting QBs in the league?
I do think he's capable of it. I don't like what he just said in that last comment. You got to be careful. You just got to be careful. Every little thing gets held against him. And it's not, most of it is not his fault. He seems to be a great kid. Obviously, he threw for over 4,000 yards last year at Colorado, completed over 72% of his passes. He was balling, okay? Give him credit where credit is due. And I think that even though he struggled in one preseason game and that left him at the QB3 spot behind Dylan Gabriel and, of course, Joe Flacco, do I think he has the potential to show up in the National Football League and to make some noise? Sure, but primarily is because I believe so much in his dad. I believe I think that his pedigree, what his dad says about him, all of those things play a role because I think the man has the ability to evaluate and analyze football. Having said that, we just have to be mindful of what we say and what kind of position it puts ourselves in, because when it comes to him, he's going to be judged a little bit differently. And that last comment, look at how cats are forming in the league. Hell yeah, I could do better than that. Oh, really? Really? And you never know what's going to get thrown in your direction, because I've seen situations, and this is me covering basketball, I've seen situations, fellas, where players have been put in bad spots by coaches, by an organization, just to show them up, to submerge their egos. I've seen it happen. And don't tell me it can't happen in football, where coaching is far, far, far more valuable.
But it happened to him.
And it happened to him.
The third preseason game that we saw Shedeur play, it was like, bro, 87 to 94% of the players that you were playing with or trying to compete with did not make the team. In no capacity. Not even practice squad. So, I mean, do I have a problem with what he said? What he said? Being a quarterback in the National Football League comes with a level of responsibility that you have to grow into. It happens to us all right? But I see a guy like Shedeur, and he does have trade value. I name a team right now that's worth a try. Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, and then you get a good situation. Okay, you light a fire, you get everybody excited. He can learn behind, obviously when Joe Burrow comes back. But the petty cam in me want to say, hey, Miami. What can he do? Lose a game? What y'all gonna go 0-4? But that was just me being facetious. But the reality is, Shedeur is in a situation that even when we had our discussions, it's like, bro, stay ready. And understanding not just the quarterback position, understanding the professionalism that this game expects you to be. The first one in, last one to leave, knowing how to treat your body. When you see certain things like, oh man, my shoulder's sore, like, yeah, bro, like, hey, get your guy, get your gal. You know what I'm saying? Get the proper treatment. You know what I'm saying? Get your routine, perfect your routine. And once you understand that, and when you have that opportunity, maximize it to the best of your ability.
Listen, I know how to be honest and self-aware, right? Deion Sanders is a big brother to me. I love Shedeur Sanders. I think he prepares. I think he works hard. I think he's dedicated to his craft. I look at the NFL, Tennessee, Atlanta, the Giants, New Orleans, Cincinnati, the Jets, Cleveland, Miami, Houston, Carolina, Denver, Minnesota, New England. I think all of those teams have the exact same record if Shedeur Sanders is their quarterback. Also, I think this, though. I've not heard from Jalen Milroe this year. He's actually played snaps in games. I haven't heard from Quinn Ewers this year. He's the third quarterback in Miami. I haven't heard from Dylan Gabriel, who's actually the number 2 in Cleveland. The thing about Shedeur Sanders is he also has to understand what comes along with being Shedeur Sanders. What is the microscope of being Shedeur Sanders, how everything that I say and do is going to be critiqued as to how prepared I am to lead an organization. Because for whatever it's worth, I tell this to any young kid I talk to, you have to know who you are in every room and who everybody else is in that room. It doesn't mean you got to dim your light. It doesn't mean you have to have fake modesty or humility, but you got to understand, in Cleveland, you're the 3rd quarterback. In Cleveland, you're the 5th round pick. And you're going to get that level of opportunity. You're going to get that level of treatment. You're going to get that level of respect. So when you speak, you have to speak from that place. Because whether you believe the quarterback play in whatever place is something that you're better than, at least in your own building, they don't think you're better than Joe Flacco. At least in your own building, they don't believe you're better than Dylan Gabriel. And so for Shedeur Sanders, it's about what can I do to help Cleveland be better. When he said the other day, I'm taking every practice rep as my game rep. The scout team is game day every day. That's perfect because that's what a 5th round, 3rd string quarterback should think. That's the way he should act. That's the way he should behave. That's leadership. That's professionalism. And I feel like this sets him back and gets you talking about something else when we should be talking about how hard he's working weekly to be the best he can be.
Yeah, it's real tricky though, because you're 100% right. But what maturity has taught me, 2 things can be right.
Yeah, 2 things.
No matter how pristine his delivery is, it still is going to be analyzed, microscoped, and really observed at a magnitude that
100%.
Dylan Gabriel is not, respectfully. He's 3rd on his team's depth chart, but number 1 in jerseys. He's 3rd in the depth chart, but he's the most popular player, relevant player, socially, culturally on that team.
Okay, so here's the question. Taking all of that into consideration, that's why we know we're going to see him, because we know that the pressure is mounting. The more inept they are offensively, the less of an excuse you're going to have to submerge him. If you got Dylan Gabriel, you're going to throw him out there, and the only thing that could derail us from seeing Shedeur Sanders, based on what we're seeing from Cleveland's offense right now, is if Dylan Gabriel gets inserted in there first and he balls out. If he balls out and there's no reason to take him out, then you won't see Shedeur Sanders. But nobody's anticipating that will happen. They believe that Dylan Gabriel might struggle as well, and ultimately we'll see Shedeur. So knowing that, and knowing his popularity, and knowing what comes along with the name, what about not saying anything?
That's not. You're obligated to say something.
Shedeur?
He's obligated. If they ask, okay.
Explain why he's obligated.
CBA.
In the NFL.
Got it.
In the
So that's the
NFL.
answer.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the NFL, as a player, you have to render yourself available.
Mm-hmm.
We all heard the quote, "I'm just here so I don't get fined." You have to render yourself. So when he's just minding his own business, you know what I'm saying, just throwing the tennis ball up, going to get treatment. Hold on, before you go get treatment, before you go watch film, hey, you have to give us our allotted time.
Mm-hmm.
So for him not to say anything, that's